Here we go. Alright, hey everybody, welcome to Turn-Based Talk, taking a little turn to a new format. We are no longer going to do the podcast weekly because simply we don't like to wait for stuff to happen. We didn't feel like waiting for Tuesday to talk about this, and we also feel like a lot of the time we don't really have anything to talk about when we're doing this weekly. So from now on, we're going to take a little turn from the regular the regular scheduling, and we're just going to talk about things whenever there is something to talk about, really. So today we are going to be discussing the new Nintendo Switch that was just released, that was just announced on Thursday, and we have StevieT here with me, and I am Adrian Passion, and yeah, we'll be discussing the console. What do you think about it?
Yay! Even though that, well, like you said, we're gonna do things differently. Even though that it's kind of like like our pilot things that we did for our episodes. But yeah, it'll be nice to do this differently and whatnot. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to talk about the new Nintendo Switch today.
And the main thing, Mario is back.
Hooray!
Who gives a shit about the console? There's
Woohoo!
a new Mario, a real Mario game. God
Mm,
damn it, I've been waiting for so long. Now, like, the thing is, I wanted to really focus on the new Mario game because, um, I don't know,
things that we did for our episode.
I've been seeing a lot of reaction stuff. Like, everybody's talking about how the NX, the Switch, I'm sorry, the Switch. It's gonna be hard to start talking about the Switch now, calling it the Switch.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. But the new Mario game is actually going to be the main attraction for this talk, I guess. But we're going to be mainly also talking a bit about the NX, the Switch itself, and we were poorly prepared for this. um, Anyways, man, I'm just gonna like throw it over to you. I'm sorry that I'm always throwing it to you before giving my own opinions on this. But what are your initial opinions? Like the first thing you thought when you saw the new system?
Let alone we had this discussion in the previous podcast about all the mock-up images and all the leaks and rumors as it is. Well, and I've been not saying doing any research. I've been just been listening by watching certain videos about all the speculations of what the NX will kind of be, and it's somewhat true. With the whole console and handheld hybrid sort of thing, which is kind of a thing, and having like a you know tablet type thing and all those hippy jibby stuff that there have been leaks and rumors throughout the past few things have been happening since all these rumors and leaks have been happening, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so yeah, like that stuff's been all over the place.
Well, the mock
yeah,
images in general, sorry to put
yeah,
that in
just like
there.
yeah, like the one we were talking about the 2 episodes back, where they were actually pretty close though. Like this does look very similar to everything, all the leaks, and so that's the world we live in now. Like everything gets leaked and nothing's a surprise anymore.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, and the controller itself looks like a dog, which some people have been pointing out. I don't know why, because it's
Yeah,
got
I
like
saw.
they got like
uh,
the ears on the side or something. If you look
Yeah, I
very
was gonna,
closely
I
at
was
it.
gonna say, sorry to jump in there, but I was gonna say that after the announcement, I just saw so many memes and so many images, mocking,
And
not
the
saying mocking,
and the dock
making
itself
fun
looks
of
like a
it. Yeah,
toaster.
yeah,
The dock looks like a toaster. The controller looks like a dog. The Pro controller itself looks like an Xbox controller, which I think is actually a good thing. That thing looks like just damn good, just really comfortable. And they got the right stick layout. They got the left stick right where it should be, the right stick where it should be. It looks like an Xbox controller, and I'm happy with it for that.
yeah. It's interesting that they did that, even though I'm not saying quite comfortable with the Pro controller as it is on the Wii U, but I like the feel like controller wise because I'm so used to playing Xbox related consoles and I'm used to that sort of control schemes on the analog stick as it is like a PlayStation 4 and whatnot with that analog control scheme.
Yeah, the Xbox, the Pro controller on the Wii U, it had it looked a bit like a Xbox controller. This one looks a lot more like it because it's got exactly the same stick layout, and I think it also has, what you call it, like analog triggers on the back. Like the Pro controller only had these like, on the Wii U, that one only had those crappy like button triggers on the back, which didn't feel like real triggers at all. And this one seems to be a lot more similar to the ones on the Xbox and the PlayStation. I think that's really great.
Okay then.
So there's that. But I mean, you don't have to play with that thing. They have like what I would call the hierarchy of ways to play on the Nintendo Switch. So on the very top of this hierarchy, right, the most comfortable way to play on the Nintendo Switch, by the looks of it, is using this regular controller. Below that, you have the playing just on the dog controller, the one that I
Yeah.
showed first. This one does have a little grip. This is what I would assume is what's being bundled with the console itself. You're getting a little grip on the back, but you're using the Joy-Cons and all that. I think below that you have just using the Joy-Cons themselves attached to the console itself, kind of like what we're seeing right here. Below that, you're getting playing with just the Joy-Cons themselves, like holding each one in each hand. And below that, you'll have playing Mario Kart with the with like the smallest little controller you've ever seen in your life.
I keep on sorry to jump in there. I keep on imagining
No,
you
it's
would
okay.
lose them, let alone AirPod wireless headphones as it is.
Oh my
losing them
god,
as
yeah,
well.
exactly. Like you, isn't it always annoying when you lose a little component? You have to buy like the whole set all over again. I wonder if they're going to sell these separately. They'll have to. I wonder if they'll sell each one, like the left one and the right one, separately. I mean, they'll have to because people are going to lose like one of them and then only
Let
have.
alone the mock-up images that I saw on the internet of people using like GameCube, I forgot what they're called, con controllers, making GameCube versions of them. I've seen mock-up images of that, which will be cool though if
what
they
do you
had
mean?
like different control schemes of them.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there was this image instead of having the con control. I don't know what they're called these days. You'd learn Nintendo as it is. The con controllers where you snap them on. There were these mock-up images of like GameCube ones. Someone made an image of if you can put sliding GameCube controller methods into them. It will be cool if you can have different control schemes instead of having the small ones.
Yeah, and I'm hearing also that third-party developers can also make their own components, so people can make their own crazy stuff and put it on the sides of this controller. Somebody could, I mean, like, one thing
Yeah,
I've
there's
been,
been third party development as it is,
Yeah.
accessories and whatnot. Sorry, carry on.
yeah. So let's just break down the positives and the negatives of this thing. Like the positives are obviously the fact that it's portable. Let's call a spade a spade. It is a portable system, but that's nice because we don't need Nintendo to be in the competition with Xbox and PlayStation. We don't need just another Xbox and PlayStation. We don't need it to be just that with Mario and Zelda on it. I'd much rather have something that's different that can coexist with my Xbox and my PlayStation because I already have those systems. I don't need another third competitor that just does exactly the same thing. So I think the route of going mobile is a great thing, and people are arguing that because it's mobile, people are not gonna buy it because mobile gamers play on mobile like phones, but those don't have buttons, so there's that. I think it really does create a whole new. It creates demand for people, and that's the most important thing about making a new project is. A product is to make demand, like this is something you need. It's not like a phone, it's not like a regular console, it is a whole new thing, and I think people will buy it based off of that. Not just because it has first party Nintendo games, I think people will buy it because it is an attractive new device that it hasn't been done before.
I know what you're trying to say. Like the 3DS in general is the most selling. Well, DS as well is the most selling platform for Nintendo at the moment, which is understandable why doing a new implemented system that it is compete with the mobile market as it is.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, the 3DS sold like crazy. People aren't realizing it's still better than the PS4. It has. Like that thing has been just flying off the shelves, especially in Japan. I know that Japan isn't like a enormous market. They've mostly been moving on to mobile, but it's still like a huge part of Japan that's playing on 3DS. But it's the fact that I think the 3DS has sold around. Man, I don't remember exactly the number. Could you look that up? Just how much the 3DS has sold?
Oh, okay. I'll Google it.
All right.
Well, carry on talking.
Yeah. I'm gonna carry on talking. So the new thing about this, they're saying they don't have any second screen experience on this thing. When you plug the NX itself into the dock, the screen gets hidden. So you are not going to have the second screen experience like you've had on the 3DS, like you've had on the Mario and the Wii U. And it's I think they made it very very clear. They've even like they hide they hide the screen itself behind a big logo where it just says Nintendo Switch. And I think they just wanted to do this to really clearly signal that this is a single screen experience and not a Wii U number 2. It's not just a portable version of the Wii U, which if it was to begin with wouldn't be too bad, but obviously they want to like distance themselves as much as they possibly can from the Wii U console. Market is completely different and just make it something that's unprecedented, really.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, let alone, the Wii U as it is had some issues, let alone, not saying comparing the two, but make it somewhat similar to, say, let alone marketing as it is. Like you said, even though the 3DS did sell at December 31st, 2015, 557.94 million.
Wait, that's a 3DS? That's a 3DS?
Yeah, 3DS.
Wait, could you say that again?
57.94 million.
57
Yeah,
million.
I think it's 57. Sorry, I'm
57.
just looking through the little Wikipedia as it is.
Right,
but sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but that's great. That is more than the PS4, and that's a
Yeah.
phenomenal. Those are phenomenal sales, and it's just clear that Nintendo wants to keep pursuing that. It makes total sense. I want to talk a bit about the games. They did show off that Zelda is coming to the thing.
Indeed.
Which that's really nice. And they showed that the frame rate was a bit like jarring for some reason when they were. I don't know why that happened, but like, did you notice the frame rate was a little bit bad when they showed the Zelda game?
Nah, I didn't even notice. Let them watching it on
Then that's
YouTube
great.
as it is.
Perfect.
Sorry,
You didn't notice, and that's perfect. That they also had like the new Mario Kart game. And apparently it turns out that it's probably going to be like a plus version of Mario Kart 8. People say it's Mario Kart 9. I don't think it seems to be a big enough jump to be Mario Kart 9, but I think it seems to be like an expanded version of it because they brought back the double dash mode where you can hold two items. You're still just one character in the cart, but that's a pretty cool feature. And also, as you can see in the picture here, that King Boo was not in Mario Kart 8 itself, so it seems to be an expanded version of the game, and that's pretty cool actually. Like, considering you're probably gonna have to buy these games all over again, and so I think it's nice that you're just giving you something extra for buying the game again. And hopefully these remasters aren't going to be too expensive. I can't imagine them selling Mario Kart 8 at full price when that game is like three years old by the time. It'll probably be 3 years old by the time this game comes out, if it comes out like next summer or something.
Let alone, I was going to point out also, because some of the Wii U games, I know what you're trying to say, are getting quite cheaper now, let alone re-releasing them as selectives or whatever they called when they do like a classic. You get what I'm trying to say, where they resell games and change the cover art to a different thing just to sell it again, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And there's like so many remasters now that it's like they're just like oversaturating the market. I mean, remasters make sense because you like the Wii U especially didn't sell a lot, so they're doing like a Splatoon remaster with some new content. They're probably gonna do a Super Smash Brothers remaster, but the big one that I want to talk about is the Mario demo that they showed, which we saw only like 6 seconds. This is the shot. This is one of the shots they showed, which you're seeing now. It's Mario like jumping through this sort of Mexican city, and it's got a free camera. This really does seem to be a game with a with like an open world design to it. I'm just like, I lost my shit when I saw that. And then there's the other shot where you see Mario doing a long jump, passing by a bullet bill and stopping. What do you think about the new Mario game? Like, we saw very little, but what are your first takes?
I know because people have been speculating about that from the videos that I watched, but not saying it didn't bother me in a way, but it will be cool to see a new Mario game, let alone I know you did a video coverage on certain things on your take of what you thought of some of the Mario games that were on Wii U and etc. and all that. I don't want to go into too much
Oh
detail
yeah,
about
yeah. I've
that
been
game.
outspoken about talking a lot about the Mario 3D World on the Wii U. I was ranting like crazy on that. Are you there?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was letting
uh,
you carry on, but
all right.
yeah, I know what you mean. You did do like a series on that, and I can understand why you're quite pleased that it's not like a Mario 3D World
Oh, yeah.
Super Land game, Mario Land, 3D Land,
Oh
whatever it's
my
called these
God.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like. I remember I was before Super Mario 3D World was even announced. I was like, oh, I'd like to see a Super Mario Galaxy 3 or like a Mario 64-esque Mario game, but just please don't make it a Super Mario Land 3D 2. Please don't do that. And then they did it. They did exactly that, and it just made me like pissed off.
mm,
And I made tons of videos ranting on that game. I eventually made a
yeah. I
review.
recall
I
myself
eventually made a
watching them.
review and I was pretty positive. I actually quite. I mean, I enjoyed the game for what it was, but it was just like the lack of the potential it could have had, like just compared to what we got, was just really a letdown. So
Mm.
from the footage we're seeing on the new game, we have two scenes basically. We got the one shot showing Mario going through this Mexican city. He does a triple jump, which is something that they got rid of in Super Mario 3D Land, which is one thing. I'm really gonna go deep into this. I'm really gonna probably nerd out a lot about this. But one thing, like they removed a lot of moves, a lot of features and stuff in 3D Land. They kind of been getting rid of a lot of things throughout the games. One of them was the triple jump, which you can see is coming back, which is a strong indicator that this is returning to the Super Mario 64 or Sunshine style gameplay, where you have a lot faster movement, where it's not the run button. I hope to God they get rid of the run button, because that was just annoying as hell. Um, but like from the looks of it, the free camera, the world. That's another thing I want to point out here. This is a proper world. This is a town, like a Mexican town. You see some guys with the sombreros. They don't seem to be hostile. They seem to be people you can just talk to, kind of like the Peanuts from Super Mario Sunshine, which is great to see. Just an area, just a playground where there isn't like anything that's out to kill you. Because like 3D World to me was just a lot of just entering a level. You have a time limit. You just go for the flagpole and that's it. There is no stopping by, looking at what's around you. There's no towns to go to. It's just, oh, here's the grass level, here's the snow level, here's the desert level, here's the lava level, and it was just the same shit for all the games, really, for all the new Super Mario Brothers games that we have. We had like 4 new Super Mario Brothers games that were all the same. We've had 3D Land and 3D World are almost the same. And these old games just kind of copy and paste the same stuff again and again. And here we see this Mario game with this, like, just from this one 3-second shot we're seeing far more imagination in this one shot than we've seen in Mario in like nearly 10 years now.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. It's nice that Nintendo is kind of teasing for those really good fans that really wanted them sort of games. Even though me myself, I've got Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS and I only played just a little bit. I haven't got round to playing like Super Mario 3D World in hands. Like
Right.
you can get quite cheap now because it used to be £40 odd. We can get quite cheap now because of the reselling and whatnot. Like I said beforehand. But anyways, regardless though, I haven't even played there. But it was nice to hear your take on it, let alone your thoughts as it is. And it's nice though that they're trying to get back into the roots to the traditional and 64 Sunshine and Galaxy paths to the Mario games as it is.
Yes, yes, exactly. It is really like appealing to people like I guess we could say millennials, like people who grew up in the 90s with like Nintendo 64 and stuff. They're really trying to appeal to like the people who grew up with Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time and those N64 games. And I think that's great. Like this could just as well be called like Super Mario 128 or something, which is twice as much as 64, so it's 128 if you get what I mean. Um,
Mm.
Oh, like someone in the comments is pointing out the purple arrows on the left. Now I saw Game Explain's breakdown of this trailer of the or just these like few shots of the Mario game. They're pointing out how this possibly could be a collectible. That the purple arrows on the left there, they point at the umbrella, which I assume you can like jump on the umbrella to boost yourself up to the rooftops there. But I'm assuming they are collectibles. They could possibly be some sort of like a
stars or whatever, you know what I mean, them
yeah,
sort of things.
yeah, because there are also coins if you see in this other shot, which is a bit more typical Mario. You are seeing some spinning coins in the way in the background, but in the Mexican like city here, we're not seeing any stars. We're just seeing these purple arrows, which I believe are collectibles, and they could possibly give you some sort of power. They could be some other type of currency. It makes sense. Like Mario, like the 3D Mario games have always had like lots of different types of coins, like red coins and blue coins, and so it makes sense. And also another thing that's cool about that is the fact that jumping on that umbrella thing probably like makes you jump into the air, which adds context to it, right? Like in 3D Land, you would never have something like that. You would have a note block, just a block. Like everything was blocks. It was just boxes everywhere. It was question mark blocks, Goombas. It was just kind of the same stuff everywhere. And like this game probably will have some blocks and some Goombas and some of that traditional stuff. But the fact that they're creating a world here, like an actual world with buildings and like you're in an actual environment, and that's something that's been missing since the older games, since Galaxy and Sunshine and stuff. Even Galaxy wasn't that open-ended. Like I love Super Mario Galaxy, but for other reasons. But this is really going back to the 64 and Sunshine type of playstyle.
Yeah, it's great though. Nice that Nintendo did that. Even though, like we said, even though it's small footage, at least it gives out really good context of what Nintendo might be working on. And even though I don't want to burst the bubble here, but they might change it in development time. But who knows? Well, it's nice to see something though.
Yeah, they're not backtracking on this. They're not gonna go, oh, let's backtrack it. Let's make it smaller and let's make it a fixed camera. Let's make it 4-player co-op. Let's make it just like 3D World. I don't think they're doing that. Like another thing that I saw, like Game Explain pointed out, is that in the Mexico world, you're seeing a beam of light way in the distance. You're also seeing the moon there, which is really nice, really nice. But the one beam of light there seems to be kind of like a beacon, like a sort of like in the new Zelda Breath of the Wild, where you can set up like beacons, which are like waypoints to show you where to go, which is nice because it's an open world game and it's huge. And so I could imagine that this would actually just like that be a waypoint, and that's also another indicator that this could be an open world game. Why would you have a waypoint if there's a linear path to follow? You see where I'm going with this?
Interesting. Never actually thought of that, actually, let alone I'm looking forward to the new Zelda game regardless, even though I've been paying attention to most things. But it's nice to hear some details like that. I never actually thought of that, actually.
Yes, exactly. And it is another thing, yeah, just like the Zelda game, that's true. And also, it's pointing towards something that seems like a temple structure, and then you're seeing that it makes sense that this is probably the same area as you're seeing here, which is the temple with the bullet bill that's coming out and all that stuff. That could actually be one large world, actually. So this could be just one huge world like in Zelda, or there could be loading screens in between, but it does show that this is
or warp pipes.
Yeah, or warp pipes.
Mario.
Yeah, warp pipes. There's nothing, or it could be like Mario 64. You jump into paintings and get to these little levels. Who knows? Like, but it certainly isn't a linear path. It's not like 3D World where all you do is go for the flagpole, and I am so thankful for that because we haven't had that in a very long time. And I'm just also very excited to see like what they're bringing new to this game. What's gonna be like the big gimmick? You're seeing like these ice blocks in the background everywhere in this shot. You're seeing a heart, what seems to be a heart that's spinning there, which would signal to me that there's probably going to be the health bar returning. So you're not gonna have your small Mario, big Mario thing.
Leather coins as it is, using to get your health back. But I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah.
to jump in there.
Yes, that's true. No, that's fine. It's it like the coins used to replenish your health in some of the Mario games, but for I think they probably want hearts instead, because there like if there are too many coins, it makes the game a little too easy. So I could imagine them going back to like the 3 health system, like in Mario Galaxy.
I know that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or maybe being able to actually upgrade your health, like in Mario 2 or in the Zelda games.
Or yeah, like a heart container. Not saying a heart container specific like Zelda, but you know what I mean.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I've always been thinking like if Mario or if Zelda can do such big things like be open world and be just really grand? Like, why does Mario have to be so shallow? Why do all the Mario games have to be so simple and stuff? Like, they like Mario's fallen such a great height since Galaxy and since like Sunshine and 64 and stuff. Like, why do they have to? Why can't the Mario games be like grand and open? And I'm realizing it makes sense that the 2D games sell a lot more than the 3D games. New Super Mario Brothers Wii sold nearly as much as Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 combined, which clearly shows that like 2D Mario games are a lot cheaper to make, they take a lot less time to make, and they sell a lot more. So it just makes a lot more sense to make the 2D games, or just make them really simple like 3D World, which technically is a 3D Mario game, but it's so simple, it's so linear, it's just really it's not an ambitious project like Galaxy was. Uh,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Let alone marketing as it is to fit the players, like you said, for the 2D platformers out there that started playing Mario since the NES days and all that, which is understandable why they did that. And like you said, it does take a less time and whatnot.
yes, exactly. It takes a lot less time, and they sell a lot more. But out of all the Mario games, the one thing that really sells the most is Mario Kart. So if it really was about the money, they would just print out Mario Kart. They could really just make a Mario Kart game every year, and that would make them a ton of money. But
Let alone the remake thing, like we said about redoing Mario Kart 8 with all the features you noticed that were added into that trailer.
yeah, and there's that, of course. So yeah, I mean, overall I'm very excited about this. I think the Nintendo Switch console in itself looks really cool. This is certainly a day one buy for me. There are a few things I'm a little worried about, like the Skyrim game.
Yeah,
But
speaking about that, I heard on the internet it's not kind of confirmed, by even Bethesda themselves said they're not working on it.
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
no,
you may have heard.
Hey,
So
you just fell right into the trap. Okay, like they clearly are working on it. You see they are working on it. They haven't confirmed it yet.
maybe, yeah,
Maybe it doesn't come out.
Sorry.
Okay,
I know.
I think
Yeah,
it's very
I was gonna say,
likely.
sorry.
I think it's very likely that it'll come out because this was one of the only third-party games they showed in the trailer. I think it's likely because I have faith. But obviously, here's the thing: they didn't want to confirm the game because they want to sell the remaster that's coming
True,
to Xbox
true,
One
yeah.
and PlayStation 4
I'm
next
just saying
week.
from what I heard, and even if, well, to be honest, I'm looking forward to the remaster because I'll be getting it on my
Do
Xbox
not
One.
buy the remaster.
Aw.
Or okay, sure. I mean, you can buy it if you want it on your Xbox One, and I get you want like
I
the
still want to get on the
mod support.
Nintendo Switch still,
Oh,
because it'll
okay.
be a good launch title regardless. I'm
Okay.
just saying it'll be a good launch title.
All right. Okay. Sure. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna like lead you into that or tell people like you should not buy the remaster, but just be aware. Okay, there is an NX version, Nintendo Switch version coming, and I think a lot of people will be
Who knows? They might
regretting.
not do mod support. I'm just saying,
That
you know.
that is a good point, but yeah, mod supports or not. I mean, I'm not too much into the mods, but that's a good point. You're
I'm
probably
just
not gonna
saying in
get.
general. Sorry.
That's a good point. You're not gonna get mods in the Switch version probably.
Then again, we're still speculating on most details as it is, like battery life, cost, and all that for this Nintendo Switch as it is. Sorry, I'm just
Yes,
jumping guns there.
that is true, and the battery life could be very short. If it's 3 hours, then that's not very good. But then again, like most laptops, don't last for more than half an hour when they're not plugged in. But whenever you go to like a cafe or something to play your game, there's usually like an electrical socket. Like bad battery life on handheld devices is not a new thing. The 3DS I think had a really good battery life, but I don't think that's the biggest problem. But I like there to be at least 4 hours, on this thing. That's just my take. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we wrapped it up. We're almost at the 20 minutes now. That's the length we kind of wanted this to be. We feel it's a lot easier to swallow for people when we don't keep these podcasts too long.
Let alone discussing many topics as it is in just the 1 week.
Yeah, that's true. So I hope we kind of done a better like job, kind of you know what I'm trying to say. Like instead of
No, it's
waiting,
alright.
yeah,
Go
instead of waiting for Tuesday to like have a long ass like hour show, just do a little show like whenever there's something we feel like there's to talk about. I was a bit late on this. I should probably have done this on like Thursday, but I was just really like not sure what to do. But I think this could work out just fine. And,
Okay then.
So yeah, there's that. Well, I've been Agent Passion, and you can find me on Twitter at agent_passion, and you, Steven,
At StevieT7
right?
on Twitter.
At StevieT7. All right. Tell us what you think about this video. Tell us what you think about Super Mario on the Nintendo Switch. Tell us what you think about the Nintendo Switch console itself and all the games, and we'll see you next time. Not next.
Hey guys.
Next time. Yeah. All right. See
Well,
you
next
later.
time, when something good
Whenever
comes out.
something
Yeah.
good comes out, like Red Dead Redemption, which that was actually, it looks good. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Same.
All right. See you guys later. Now,
Laters.
Red Dead Redemption
Bye.
it's gonna be a great game though. All right, later.
Later.